All right, what's up, everyone? So, don't get too excited. Today, we're going to do a little bit of change in direction, and we're going to talk about this really crazy story. I saw this video that it went viral, and so you probably definitely heard about it. And I didn't want to do the video, but it's just something that it bothers me. It just bothered me, the whole video, and I'm going to try to keep this video as neutral as possible without getting into the whole politics of the whole thing. For those that don't know, there is a viral video about a daughter that gave a eulogy at her father's funeral, but it's not your normal eulogy for your father at the funeral. And and let's just get into it. Let's just show you this real quick, and then we'll just revisit it and talk. And you guys feel free to leave your comments, your opinions. I'll leave my opinion without getting any political or getting deep into that whole thing, but let's just go.
But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you give in this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I missed being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I missed the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who was the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
So that was pretty deep, look, and maybe a little dark, to be honest, pretty dark. I saw a video, and I'm pretty sure most of the people's response is how messed up it is to do this at your dead father's funeral. I felt really bad. I felt really bad for the daughter, and listen to me. She's like only 19 years old, definitely has a lot of hate in her heart. And I can't say what her father has done or whatever. And I honestly, from what she says, it doesn't seem like he did anything. It just seems like they just have a difference on opinion. There is, Trump apparently comes in there, and this is also published on that TikTok, Libs of TikTok. So it definitely ends up being very political statement. But it's just to me, it's sad. I'm assuming, I could be wrong, this person is gonna regret this whole thing that just happened. Just kind of making a political statement on her father's grave in a sense, and that's what it looks like. And the funny thing was that there were some people that clapped. Again, this young lady is 19. I was 19 at one time, and I get it. At 19, sometimes you think you know it all, and that's another thing that gets me upset. And seems to be not upset, but this is another thing that I've been noticing, and I've been saying it. It seems like the younger people nowadays, and this is nothing against them. It's just the culture, the way it is. They seem to feel like they have it all figured out, and this young lady is gonna figure out that in 10 years from now, most likely, I hope she matures and is smarter, like everybody in the whole world. You grow the older you get, and you get smarter, you get more knowledge, you live more. And at 19 years old, you really haven't lived that much yet. But she feels, or at least by her speech, she feels that she has it all figured out. And that's the way she comes off. Maybe she doesn't feel that way, but that's the way definitely she feels off. She feels like her political views are the right political views. And I've always learned that people's political views, you don't mess with them. I mean, some of my best friends have very different political views that I have. I still love them, and it's just one of those things. People come to their political views from their, their experiences for the most part. You might be, like at 19 years old, your political views are most likely usually what your parents had, or usually what you're learning in school, whatever. So usually it takes you a little bit, a little bit longer to actually solidify what your real political views are going to be, because they usually come from your experience, life experience. I mean, some people just stick with what it is, like not what it is, but from what they were younger. But for the most part, people that do change their political views, they change it because they experience stuff, and they see things happening to them a certain way, and that's how their political views change. At 19, again, you haven't lived enough. Don't get me wrong. Many people at 19 have had a lot of experience. You still have a lot to learn, and for you to kind of have that attitude that your views are the views that are the ones that are right, and your father apparently had different views, so he is evil. And yeah, I think this person is going to regret it, and that's where I come from, that I felt bad for this young lady. It also sounded bad to kind of like hear this person basically say some of the stuff that were just being said in the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. It's the same things that you hear in the news all the time. So it's not really original. So it kind of sounded like someone that was just kind of copying some of the talking points that one side, the very far left, liberals, as you want to call it. Again, I'm not a political person, and I hate both sides, don't get me wrong, but that's besides the point. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just saying this situation is this. I feel sorry for the young lady. She is going to regret this, and if she doesn't, I feel even worse. It's more like psychopathic tendencies for you to be at 19 to actually believe that you figured out everything is pretty scary. But yeah, you guys leave your, I don't know, my voice is cracking, but you guys leave your opinion. Let me know what you guys think. This is, I get it. This is a very dark turn in a sense compared to some of the stuff I usually talk about, but this is something that, I don't know. I don't know why I picked it. I wanted to talk about it. It was something that was bothering me, and it kept on popping up, and I was just like, again, as someone that has kids, I would hate my kids to look at me that way, in negative light, for anything, especially after I pass away. So this is one of those things that maybe, it's a little dark, but, leave your comments, subscribe if you haven't, and everyone, take care, be safe later.